My name is Payam from Slavs and Tatars, and the exhibition is called MERCZbau. And the exhibition looks at the untold story of sort of Eastern Orientalism, that is how the East looks eastwards. In particular, it looks at this story of an Oriental Studies department in current-day Lviv. It used to be Eastern Poland and is now Western Ukraine, and how this Department of Orientalism didn't survive the population transfers of the borders being changed post-World War II, when the population of Lviv was leapfrogged over to Wrocław in Western Poland and what was then Eastern Germany. What we've done for this exhibition is we've actually reimagined the space as a boutique of merchandising that celebrates the Oriental Studies Department and particularly the University of Lviv, which is called the Ivan Franko University of Lviv. And we've sort of inspired both by Chicago's Polish and Ukrainian communities, but also the strong tradition of swag in American universities. We've created a kind of paraphernalia and merchandising that celebrate through sweatshirts, towels, t-shirts, hats. Of course, all the proceeds of the sales are going to scholars at risk, particularly from Ukraine. One of my favorite pieces is this sweatshirt here, and it reads in Ukrainian, Lviv University in the name of Ivan Franko. And on the bottom, it has a lion reading a book, and the book has written on it an inscription, Allah loves you. Again, a kind of nod to the Orientalism of the time, the scholars who were studying the Muslim world, the Jewish world, Hebrew, Turkish, Persian, Mongolian, Tibetan. And that's why you have things like the ikat sort of on the hats. This is a sweatshirt that with the inscription, who are you? Often we use sort of language politics and transliteration. Who was written in the Arabic script. Who in Arabic means he, but it also is kind of a shorthand for the one, meaning God. And who are you, of course, referencing both the question in English, but also the very famous Who song, Who Are You? One of our more nerdy pieces here is a scarf with the entirety of the bibliographical references that we use for this project, looking at sort of Slavic, Russian, Ukrainian, Polish Orientalism, German Orientalism as well, because actually most of the sort of Slavic scholars of the East were trained in Germany in the 19th century. And so we have literally the bibliographic entries using Chicago style, of course, manual of editing. And what you can see, of course, at the entrance, to enter into the gallery space, you enter from behind the carpet. And the carpet is a doorway made of carpet. And of course, that has a kind of an uncanny sensation, of course, when you pass through a soft doorway, because doorways are quite hard features of architecture. But also, it's something uncanny or unlikely, unexpected to see a carpet on a wall or as a doorway as opposed to a carpet under your feet. And this is a traditional kind of a Muslim door with different sort of door knockers for male and female visitors, so that a person inside the house could know which gender is knocking at the door, so to avoid any kind of uncomfortabilities of, for example, a woman opening a door for a man that she is not related to, for example, just to kind of keep certain customs. The project is named MERCZbau, and it's a kind of reference to Kurt Schwitter's MERCZbau, which is a very famous kind of Gesamtkunstwerk that he created in Hanover, using Merz. Merz meaning is a kind of shorthand term of Dadaist term he used for merchandising. And we've actually just kind of almost gender revealed the term, if you will, of Merz. Merz being sort of merch, actually, with the proper pronunciation. But we use, again, the Polish spelling for merch, which is a CZ. We have a couple of sort of scully caps, also named kufi caps, with the different spellings of Chicago stitched onto them. For us, what's interesting about this kind of scully cap is also, of course, it references the headwear for Muslim men, but also it's a headwear that many African Americans can use. It also has a tradition, references the tradition of sort of radicalism in Black identity. So it's a secular as well as a kind of sacred sort of headpiece. We've often used the symbol of the lion in the rebranding of the university, and the lion, of course, is a reference to Lviv. Lviv literally means, it's from Leopold, the city's old name, lion, Leo. But also the lion is very important in sort of Muslim iconography, especially Shia iconography. And he's often sort of depicted reading from a kind of a holy book stand. So we conceived of this exhibition actually 2 years ago. The first iteration of this exhibition was in Wrocław, so where the Polish population of Lviv was transferred to in Western Poland. And when we were invited by the Neubauer Collegium and Dieter Holstadt to think of an idea for this space, we thought of the second iteration with this new collection of sort of merchandising. This was far in advance of the Russian invasion of Ukraine of 2022.